Lucy, I
Hello
couldn't be.
out there, everybody on Facebook Live. So great to see you. Here we go, gang. Hello, everybody. Hello. So good to see everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy beautiful Sunday. Happy second day of May. So glad all of you are here today. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song, the last day of our Institute of Musical Traditions Carpe Diem Arts Week, and the day before we roll into our Labor Heritage Week. I want to say hi to everybody out there on Facebook Live. Glad you're here today. And hello to everybody in the room. So hello, of course, to our song leader for the day, Luci Murphy. We'll come back to her in 1 second. Hello to Erin, who's running the tech today. Hello, Nancy in Vermont. And hello to Dan in Virginia, and Deborah in Kentucky, and Deli in Maryland, and Susan in Ohio. Hi, Brian. Nice to see you today. Hello, Kate in Charlottesville. And hello to Phoebe. Nice to see you. Hello, Kim from the Ubuntu Choir Network. Hello, Jim Harkless. We're so glad you're here today. And actually, that's somebody else who we might want to get repeat a line or two. Jim Harkless is from Jubilee Voices and an amazing singer. Hello to Carol in Connecticut and Busy Graham, Carpe Diem Arts. Glad to see you. Kevin in New Hampshire. Hello, Martha in Oregon. Annette in California. Karen in Oregon. Hello to Kathleen in Albuquerque and Sarah in Texas and Bonnie in Ione. And hello to Anne and to Trish in Victoria and Jamie in Victoria, and actually Lucy and Carol, I'm backing it up over to Bonnie and Ione. We just celebrated Ione's 102nd birthday in this room this week. Woo!
Whoa!
Isn't that cool? All right,
Yes.
hello to Anne in DC. Nice to see you. And Trish in Victoria. Jamie also Victoria. Hello, Barb in Virginia. Carolyn in Idaho. Hello to Gwen and to Pat and to Caroline and to Susan in North Carolina. Isabel in Florida, Jane in Silver Spring, Fred from the DC Labor Chorus. Nice to see you. Hello to Lynn in Connecticut, Sheila in Florida, Tom in Victoria. Hello, good to see you. Michelle and Steve, hello, or at least the Michelle half. Hello to Kathy in upstate New York, and Susan in Seattle, Aloysius in Mass, and folks not on video. Well, of course, our second singer of the day, our call and response person, Carol Maylard from Sweet Honey in the Rock. Hello, we're really glad you're with us today. Off camera, but her voice is working just fine. Hi to Joni and to Laura and Janet and Sandra and Nancy and Hindi all off camera. And thanks to anybody else who's popping in the room. And sorry if I missed you. Really glad you're all here. Everybody, let's take a big, deep Sunday breath. Which is always just my excuse to be able to grab some self-presence to keep going. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. As I mentioned, this is the Institute of Musical Traditions Carpe Diem Arts Week. We had a fabulous week with amazing song leaders all day. And today we have the fabulous Luci Murphy in the room with us. And before I introduce her, I just want to note that the lyrics will not be in the chat because they're so easy you don't need them. And I also want to say that the donate link will be in the chat because we are still and always collecting donations, and all of the money goes to pay our fabulous song leaders. Thank you so much, everyone, for donating and for keeping us going. And I want to introduce now this wonderful, wonderful woman, Luci Murphy, who is from the DC area. She is a singer, she is a song leader, and she is an activist extraordinaire, especially in the labor movement. And she is also the song leader for the DC Poor People's Campaign. And there is lots more about Luci Murphy on her Wikipedia page. Luci, should people check out your Wikipedia page?
Yeah, they should check out. Yeah.
What will they learn there?
Oh, the different countries that I've sung in.
Woo! All right. And as Luci said earlier before we started, everything that they would want to know about Luci Murphy, but we're afraid to ask. Luci Murphy, welcome. We're really glad you're leading us today.
Thank you so much, Joe. And I want to send greetings to all of those people who are celebrating Easter today, which may be why some people can't be on this call. They're out busy with their families. I'm going to present a song. It's probably the oldest song that I know. People say that Harriet Tubman used to sing this song. Wait in the water water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. And and so people are not just listening. I'm gonna sing a line, and actually I have changed the line a little, the last line a little bit, because I'm Buddhist. So I say we gonna trouble the water, because in my way of seeing things, we are all one. The universe is one, and if it is to be, it's up to me. So if it is to be, it's up to us. Um, Wade in the water.
Wade in the water.
Wade in the water, children.
Wade in the water, children.
Wade in the water.
Wade in the water.
We gonna trouble the water.
Oh, we gonna trouble the water.
I love the embellishment that Carol put on that, and I'm sure all of you know that you can embellish on your own too. We're just trying to stick with the same key. Although if you want to modulate to some other key and have some really new music, that's okay too. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. We gonna trouble the water. And for those people who don't sing up high, we can wade in the water. Wade in the water, children.
Wade in the water, children.
Wade in the water.
Wade in the water.
We gonna trouble the water.
We gonna trouble the water.
So shall we try this all together? Singing it straight on through. And yes, Joe.
Yeah, we should definitely try it all together. And then I think after you sing it with Carol, we should sing it if Jim Harkless is willing. Jim, can you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you're up for singing today? Jim Harkless, thumbs up. All right. So when you're done with Carol, we're going to have Jim be your repeating line because he has a good deep voice.
Oh, wow. Okay. And he can demonstrate. I'm singing in one octave and he's singing in another octave. But anyway, we didn't do the verses.
Yeah, you sing it with Carol, and then we're going to just have a tiny little reprise.
All right. So Jordan River is chilly and cold. We gonna trouble the water. It chills the body, but not the soul. We gonna trouble the water. Jordan River is chilly and cold. Carol?
Jordan River is chilly and cold.
We gonna trouble the water.
We gonna trouble the water.
Chills the body, but not the soul.
Chills the body, but not the soul.
We gonna trouble the water.
Oh, we gonna trouble the water.
Everybody, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. We gonna trouble the water.
We gonna trouble the water.
Okay. Thank you, Carol.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Carol, and thank you, Lucy. That was so fabulous. So I think if everybody's up for it, we'll have a little bit of a chat right now, and then let's revisit the whole song again.
But actually, I didn't get into the permutations of the song.
Oh, well, then let's keep going. Let's
permute. Yeah, because this is a song that is really in our DNA. I think everybody who is born in Turtle Island, now called the United States of America, has this tune in their DNA. And I remember some students at Howard University when they were protesting the president of the university. They sang, "I got a feeling, I got a feeling right now, I got a feeling, cheeks doing something behind my back. I ain't gonna take no stuff like that. Well, I got a feeling, I got a feeling right now, I got a feeling, cheeks doing something behind my back. I ain't gonna take no stuff like that." And that president had to leave out of there because the students didn't like what he was doing. And I think that song helped to lubricate his exit. Now the words that I think we need today are dealing with water. Without water, we cannot live. And we're threatened with petroleum pipelines going through waterways. And of course, there are always petroleum spills, and it pollutes the water. So changing the lyrics to "Water is life." Water is life. Water is life. Water is. Oh, I'm sorry. We must protect the water. Water is life. Water is life. Water is life. We must protect the water. Water is life. Water is life. Water is life. We must protect the water. Keep the oil in the soil. We must protect the water. Keep the oil in the soil. We must protect the water. Water is life. Water is life for the people. Water is life. We must protect the water. Sing it with me. Water is life. Water is life for the people. Water is life. We must protect the water. And then the low voices can, water is life. Water is life for the people. Water is life. We must protect the water. Let's one more time. Water is life. Water is life for the people. Water is life. We must protect the water. Keep the oil in the soil. We must protect the water. Keep the oil in the soil. We must protect the water. And Joe, I think you said we had another guest.
We sure do. We have
Who can echo me? I'll sing the high note, and our guest can sing the low note.
So I'm unmuting Jim Harkless.
Lucy, I'm not going to sing the low note. That's too low. I'll sing in the key with you, and I'm going to sing one of the old verses. Hold those people all dressed in red. God's gonna trouble the water. It must be the people that Harriet led. We gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. We gonna trouble the water. Take it on.
Jim, that was great, and that's an octave below me. So let's do a little keep the oil in the soil.
Keep that oil in the soil. We gonna trouble the water. We gonna trouble the water.
Keep the oil in the soil. We gonna trouble the water. Yeah. Let's one more time. Wade in the water.
Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. We gonna trouble the water.
Woo!
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lucy.
All right, let's give it up for Luci Murphy, Carol Maylard, and Jim Harkless, all in the house, the spontaneous Daily Antidote Choir. I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait until the three of you and all of us are singing in person someday, somewhere, because that was phenomenal. Thank you. That's Carol coming in from New York, and Jim coming in from Maryland, and Lucy coming in from DC. That was spectacular. I hate to stop the singing, but let's have a little tiny bit of chat, and then maybe we can sing a couple verses again before we leave. So Lucy, can you tell us what it is that you were doing yesterday down on the National Mall that you couldn't be in here singing with us yesterday?
Oh, yes. Yesterday was May 1st, which is May Day. And everywhere, all over the world, people celebrate May Day. It is the International Day of the Worker. It actually started here in the United States. And in 1886, I believe. And it's interesting that people outside of this country know it better, celebrate it more than we do. Well, yesterday we had people from all over the world who have come here to work, who are many of them essential workers, who were down at Black Lives Matter Plaza, and then they marched to the Capitol to say, we want changes in the immigration laws, stop abusing and mistreating immigrants, that the people who come here to work are not criminals, they're family members, they come here to work, not to steal. And we had people from Haiti, Central America, South America, Africa, demanding citizenship rights because they are doing things to serve this country. So I was with a group called Sabiduría Justiciera, which means something like justice and wisdom. And we sang El Pueblo Unido Jamás Será Vencido, well known from the Chilean movement under Allende. And we also sang a song written by Isaías Guerrero, called Preciosas Vidas Negras, Precious Black Lives, to underscore the need to make all lives matter. And all lives can't matter if Black lives don't matter. So therefore, we have to talk about the precious Black lives, preciosas vidas negras, and unite the struggles of the people who are protesting ICE with the people who are protesting police abuse. So that's what we were doing. Oh, and I had the wonderful opportunity to hear Shirley Kay from Haiti, who sang a wonderful song from Haiti, but also sang Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child, because we treat some people so bad that sometimes they feel like a motherless child.
Thank you, Lucy. That was tremendous. And I actually am going to ask Aaron to pop a link in the chat. There was an article in the Post today in which it was talking about what some of the things are that we might take with us from the pandemic time into whatever return to normal it is that we have. And one of them was specifically appreciating essential workers, and that notion that maybe on this end of things, we hadn't really thought enough about the folks who are delivering the packages or opening up the grocery store in the morning, and that this has been a way in which we learned to think about them, welcome them, appreciate them. And it mentions, from the banging of the pots and pans when hospital workers were going home, to the leaving of the little goodie basket on your porch for the delivery man when he comes to be able to take something from the just little ways in which we can show workers that we appreciate their humanity and their all of the things that they bring to their job every day to serve and to make lives better. So, Lucy, the timing of this is perfect. And it was an article in the Post that had lots of different things. So it wasn't specifically about work, but it was exactly that one out of the 10 or 12 things that they put in there. That one was really well timed. So before we leave today, I'm hoping that we can sing a little bit, and maybe would it work, Lucy, if you sing 2 verses, and if Jim does the response on one of them, and if Carol does the response on one of them?
Oh, wow.
Does that work?
That'll work.
All right, first verse is going to Jim Harkless, and second verse is going to Carol Maylard. Carol, are you good to go? Hello, Carol. I'm going to send you an ask to unmute. Here we go. Can you go ahead and unmute?
And because we still...
Am I there?
Yep, you're here.
Okay.
And because we still need President Biden to use his powers to stop the pipelines that are going under the rivers, endangering our water supply, let's sing Water is Life, Water is Life for the People. Water is life. We must protect the water.
Okay, so is that verse 1 or verse 2?
Actually, that's the chorus.
Okay.
The verse is like keep the oil in the soil, and it has a response line. We must protect the water.
Okay.
Keep the oil in the soil. We must protect the water.
All right. Jim Harkless is gonna repeat you when you sing your first verse or whatever. Okay. And Carol will repeat you when you sing your chorus. Does that work for everybody? That
works. That works. And so what I'm going to do is a chorus, a verse, and then a chorus.
So awesome. That means every time a chorus happens, I'm echoing you. I'm repeating you every time you do a chorus.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
All right. And I'm just going to remind everybody who's unmuted, that's Jim, Carol, and Lucy, do not sing when it is not your turn, because then otherwise you're going to, you won't be able to hear the other singer. Everybody good? Ready?
Isn't Zoom wonderful?
Absolutely.
With the microsecond delay. But anyway, so water is life.
Water is light.
Water is life for the people.
Water is light for the people.
Water is life.
Water is light.
We must protect the water.
We must protect the water.
Keep the oil in the soil.
Keep the oil in the soil.
We must protect the water.
We must protect the water.
Keep the oil in the soil.
Keep the oil in the soil.
We must protect the water.
Oh, we must protect the water.
Water is life.
Water is
life.
light.
Water is life for the people.
Water is light for the people.
Water is life.
Water is light.
We must protect the water.
We must protect.
We must protect.
Water.
And just for good measure, I'm going to ask Jim and Carol to put yourselves on mute. Everybody on mute. Sing to your heart's content. Water is life. Sing with me. Water is life. Water is life for the people. Water is life. We must protect the water. Keep the oil in the soil. We must protect the water. Keep the oil in the soil. We must protect the water because water is life. Water is life for the people. Water is life. We must protect the water. We must protect the water. We must protect the water. You know, we must protect the water. We must protect the water.
Well, gang, it kind of just gets better and better every day. Like somehow it's your basic average Sunday, and this was so ridiculously special. I can't even believe it. And some days the sort of accidents of the way things work ends up being the most magical, lovely way of having our song together. And today was definitely that. Let's all give it up for Luci Murphy and for Carol Maylard and for Jim Harkless for jumping in and singing spontaneously. Well, Jim and Carol spontaneously and Luci as planned. Luci, that was fabulous. Thank you so, so much. And I want to just throw out, I'm seeing some things in the chat about Pete Seeger's birthday. I think that is tomorrow. Is that correct? Okay. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll mention Pete's birthday. Tomorrow we have our first day of our Labor Heritage Week. And of course, Pete sang a lot of songs about workers. Peggy is actually going to be singing with us on the Tuesday the day after his birthday. And so stick around, come back in all week long for fabulous songs with fabulous people. One more time, Jim, Carol, and of course the fabulous Luci Murphy. Thank you so much again. Thank you everybody for being here today. And we can't wait to see you all again tomorrow. And so let me think. Luci, do you want to say goodbye to the folks on the first page? Can you see the names or no?
Oh, I can see.
Otherwise, maybe I'll see if Jim wants to do it. Jim, do you feel like saying some goodbyes?
Okay.
I see Aloysius.
Hi,
All right.
Dan. Goodbye. Deborah, good to see you. Susan, it's always good to see you. Nellie, also wonderful. Brian, everybody, all these regulars. Nick, Kate from Charlotte. Kim, good to see you, Kim. Busy, wonderful busy. Kevin up in New Hampshire. Martha and Annette, another regular. Karen from Oregon, another. All these wonderful regulars.
Oh,
I can't believe the people in Oregon got up so early.
Bonnie, hi, Trish, Jamie, Aaron, of course, who's here, and Carolyn. And you sent me a wonderful letter from Kansas, I think it was from. I can't remember. I know it was in the Midwest.
Idaho.
Idaho. And I remember your wonderful note. And Gwen and Carolyn Line, she's all one of my note writers, and Susan in North Carolina. And it's so good to see all of you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jim. That was fabulous. I'll keep going and say thank you and goodbye also to Isabel and to Gwen. Oh, wait, I got Gwen. To Jane and to Fred and Sheila and Tom and Michelle and Steve and Kathy and Susan and Aloysius again driving. So Aaron, you can take him out so he doesn't have to look. And Nancy and Becky and Laura, I think you might be new to us today. Glad to have you with us. And Judy, thank you so much for being here again today. Jim, great to see you. And Anne, thank you so much. Lynn and folks off video, Cricket and Sarah and Tuki, thanks again, gang, for being here. I don't think anybody else in the room is new, but if you are new, you are welcome to stay and chat with me. Carol Mailer, do you have a hand up? Is that an accident or for real?
it's an accident. I'm trying to see everybody and I need my magnifier.
That's awesome. So I am glad that you are magnifying us all. Let's all magnify ourselves for Carol.
Woo!
Everybody get
I love
magnified.
it.
All
Thank
right,
you.
I'm going to actually also say goodbye to the folks on Facebook Live. Thank you so much, gang, for joining us today. It was really fun to have you. Thanks for sticking around for all the excitement.